What is up, guys? It's Jake from Team Insanity, and I have this very pretty dye M3 right here in front of me. This is their blue version, and I would just like to take a moment to appreciate how well dye has done on their anodizing. We'll get back into that here in a second. First thing I want to say is shout out to Vladimir. If you guys were live, we go live every now and then. We just recently stopped it for a little bit. We did a series called The Dead Box where people can talk to us live, call in, ask questions, all that good stuff. If you're familiar with it, thanks for watching. If you weren't, long story short, Vladimir was like, hey, I'll buy you guys an M3 if you destroy it. And I thought he was completely joking. I didn't even remember it in the morning. But I was like, sure, Vladimir, you buy it. You buy it from Lone Wolf Paintball, and I'll go pick it up and we'll destroy it. And the next day, they had money in their PayPal, and Vladimir bought it from them outright. So here we are with the M3 that Vladimir bought, and we're going to have to destroy this thing. But before we actually do the torture test, we are going to be doing a lot of testing and reviewing and all that good stuff on this gun. Again, that's not my decision. Vladimir originally said, I'll buy it for you to destroy it. Now, the one thing that I do want to appreciate, first thing let me get into the box, get the two-piece barrel kit, 684, which is on this right now, and then the 688, dye barrel cover, piece of shit barrel cover, dye up your game with your barrel cover, warranty manual. I'm going to need this for when we destroy it. I think it will be really funny if we destroy this gun and then send it in the mail back to dye with the warranty manual. Or I'm sorry, not the warranty the warranty card. I just think that'd be really savage. Just send them like an M3 in just absolute pieces. The best part about it is that you get another dye toolkit. People kill people for those. I'm one of those people. And then you get your user manual on this little thing. I wish you could have a physical manual. Pretty much every company, hats off to you, Planet Eclipse. You guys are putting awesome full color manuals in your boxes. I completely 100% disagree with doing digital manuals. I think everyone needs a physical copy of their manual. I've said that in every single review of every gun. I like dye, but dye, this is fucking stupid. I think every company that does this is absolute retarded. I like to be able to go to the field and have a physical manual. Even though 9 times out of 10 I never do it, I'm probably never going to need this, but it's just nice. I have all my geo manuals. I love having all my geo manuals. I love Planet Eclipse's manuals. That being said, you do get a quick start guide here on the M3. Gives you a rundown on all the bolt, the colors, the ASA, and how to charge it, all that fun stuff. Also in the box, normally this came like it came like in the little sleeve, and in the sleeve it came with the wireless charging pad, which is huge. I already have one of them from my M2, but regardless, this is the M3. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is the anodizing on this. Is that these came factory with a fade on it. And I have to say that this is probably one of the best anodizings that I've ever seen. I'm just going to take this off because that's been really bothering me. And dye has always done really, really good on their anodizings. And they're always rock solid. Some of the oldest guns that I have are dye guns, and they look better than some of the newer guns that I have with newer anodizings. They're rock solid. I don't know if they do them in-house. Other than Bob Long, dye does some of the best anodizings. And one of the things that I see is that this is a real fade, is that it's 2 colors, but you can tell that there's a third color in the actual fade. A lot of companies you'll almost see, like, I was talking to DJ about this, and he brought up a really good point. For like a shitty color, like if you buy anything off A&S gear that's like a fade or whatever, it's going to turn out like fucking shit. Because normally you almost see like a black line where they cut off the anodizing of one part of the gun, and then you see where the 2 colors meet and sort of fade into each other. This, you can tell it gradually, here's blue, and then it's like there's almost like a third color that almost like slowly goes into this lighter blue. There's not like a cutoff point. It all fades and it all flows into each other really nice. So this is a really, really nice color. Absolutely love this. I love the anodizing. Dye's always done a really great job with that. It's super pretty. You really can't say that this is an ugly gun. Now with the M3S, as you guys may know, there is no LPR in this. I have been able to actually shoot this. I'm pulling it out of the box for the first time on video. We did a live stream of this shooting next to the DSR, and I have to say overall, they've done some changes to the barrel, and like there's a little port back there, they drilled little holes back there. It's supposed to make it quieter and shoot flatter, and so far the shot quality is super crisp, and it's super flat, and it's ball on ball every single time. And it's kind of crazy because the one thing that I really like about my dye guns was having that LPR and being able to adjust it. But sometimes by people adjusting it with an LPR, it can get really tricky. If you have the LPR too low, your gun can shoot sluggish, and then your paintballs will drop off after a certain period. Even though it's shooting 280 feet per second, it does shoot really different if you're shooting a little bit lower on your LPR. They almost go a little bit higher out of the barrel, and they almost just arc and just sort of just flutter in midair, and they just sort of it shoots sluggish and it shoots weird. Where if you have a little bit more LPR, a little bit less HPR, I mean, I have videos all on tuning, but that's one really good thing that I like about having the LPR is that you can customize the shot, but you can really fuck the shot up too. So Dye's made it so I think Dye's getting into the point where they're realizing if they just make a gun where you don't have to tinker with it, you don't have to maintain it as much, aka plenty to clips, then people are going to buy it and they're going to shoot it a lot more. And that's one reason why people love playing clips so much. There's nothing you do to it. You pull it out of the box, you put the barrel on it, you go play a tournament. That's all there is to it. You don't have, yeah, there's a break-in period, but you don't have to mess with anything. On the M2, you didn't have to mess with anything. I hardly did. I did on one of them, but again, you don't, I don't know, I just like the direction that they're going. This shoots so flat and so soft and so ball on ball every single time. No one can mess it up. It shoots so good out of the box. It just kind of blew me away how accurate it was just out of the box without being broken in. The whole bolt is polished. Billy Wing does a good job with that. I think overall really nice design of the bolt. A little bit fatter, a little bit bigger of a bolt. I already see a lot of O-rings on here. I haven't really taken it apart and really looked at it yet, but overall it looks very simple. It looks very different than all the other bolts that I've been used to. So I'm just taking it apart for the first time, and it's definitely a lot different than what I'm used to. Yeah, there's the spring. It's almost sort of like the DSR bolt a little bit. There's a lot less inner can O-rings than on some of the previous DMs. There's always inner O-rings. I see one there, so there's probably three, because there's probably one here on the tip like always. There's some parts that I can tell that have been used for a while. Some of the die parts have always been reused. Like this front portion looks almost pretty much the same exact design as almost every die gun that I've ever owned. So there is some similarities, but then there's some big differences that I already noticed off the bat. And it shoots phenomenally. It's so far, but I haven't played with it on the field. And let me tell you my experience so far with this thing. So got this pulled out of the box, got a hard on from the color. Obviously I like blue. If you guys like a different color, I've seen the red. The red's super sexy, but I'm not into red colors. I don't have any red gear. I have one red gun, and the only reason why is because it's the best shooting fucking pump gun in the world. That's it. I want to get it anodized. It shoots super, super nice, and the overall feel of this gun in my hand is absolutely amazing. And that was the thing. When Jacob and I first felt this, he pulled this out of the box, he was like, color is nice, and he put it in his hands, and he was like, whoa. This feels great. And that was my first reaction. I pulled this out and was like, whoa. And then when I pass it off to other people, they just feel it and they're like, wow. That feels fucking incredible. There's just enough, it's not super long like a Vanquish, or, I love the Vanquishes. I love how they shoot, but they're almost like they're too long. It's almost made for someone that's 7'10", it's like that big. I feel like I'm running like this long. This isn't too long, but it's not too short. So if you have bigger hands, you're definitely going to be able to get your hands in there. I've had several people, DJ has bigger hands, and the one thing that he didn't like about the M2 is that the regulator seemed like it wasn't long enough, so his pinky would almost hang off the end a little bit. But with them getting rid of the LPR, either the regulator, they either A, made it longer, or B, it's not necessarily longer, it's about the same, but it seems longer because there's no LPR up here to sort of take away all that extra space. Super simple design, super easy. I love the feel. It's got that hourglass UL shape. It has the crazy board on it that you can play video games on. I feel like I could play Tetris on this. Basically same board as the M2. It comes 12.5 balls per second. Wireless charging, which is super cool because I think the world is going to be wireless charging eventually. I think everything's going to be universally wireless charged. But wow, I mean, the overall feel of this gun in my hands, like, it's so comfortable in my, like, it just feels so good. I just love the feel of it. Feed neck, it's got the nice big twist lever on it. Got a big on-off ASA. It's got the normal die ASA. I mean, overall, this gun just out of the box blows me away so far. And the overall shot quality, I didn't know how it was going to feel. It's definitely not I don't think it's as smooth as the M2. I really don't, or it's about the same. But it's more crispy. It's more like a crisp shot. And how I describe it, it shoots like a Geo. And that's not as... I always felt like the Geo is shot, not necessarily smooth, but a little bit more crisp. That's what it feels like. It shoots smooth, but in a crisp way, if that makes sense. It's like Kentucky Fried chicken. It's like Kentucky Fried Chicken, but not extra crispy. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's got a little buttery smoothness, but a little bit of breading on the top. That's sort of how I would describe it. It's not like LPR smooth, but it's not like, you know, super and it doesn't shoot like the NT. Now, last but not least that I actually want to talk about, since we're on the topic of shot quality, the DSR. The DSR costs less money, and everyone that I have had shoot this DSR over this M3 has kept saying that this DSR is smoother. I would like to hear if you guys have shot either one of them to let me know what you guys think, because Jacob and I shot these two side by side live, and we kept coming back to the DSR for some reason. I don't know why. The DSR just shoots, there's a big difference. There really is. The DSR does shoot different. So far, out of the box, shooting them side by side, I don't have the video of it because I'm not shooting it right now outside. It's dark out, but side by side, I feel like so far, DSR is quieter and smoother. But this is a brand new gun, and that's what Jacob and I have both said, shooting it side by side. We had videos of it on our Snapchat, Team Insanity PB, add it up, don't ask us questions. We just post stuff on the story. It's like an instant vlog, so you can sort of see what's going on. I post paintball and non-paintball related stuff, so it's kind of funny, kind of not funny, depending upon what you find funny. But overall, so far, like I said, it shoots like a Geo. That's sort of how I describe it. This sort of so far seems smoother, and that's kind of what blows me away is on the shot quality, I almost expect a little bit more. And I don't know if it's because they got rid of the LPR, but I don't, I gotta take it out on the field and test it and just start shooting the piss out of it. I'm gonna start putting a lot of cases of paint through this thing. I'm gonna do some efficiency tests. I'm gonna do all kinds of stuff to it. And I will let you guys know in the review what I actually think after I've put some cases through it and put some paint through it. But overall, the sheer accuracy of this gun is crazy. It's ball on ball. It's super consistent so far of what I've seen. And the overall feel, it just feels perfect. It literally feels perfect in my hand. I haven't felt a gun feel this good in my hand in a while. I like how the M2 feels, but this feels better. It feels better than the DSR. I just want to start breaking it in. Thanks, Vladimir, for buying this for us. I really do appreciate it. Torture test to follow, probably in 5 to 6 months, depending upon what happens. I don't know if we're going to do it in the winter time, maybe early spring, so I can play with it all winter and get a lot of videos stored up and get some reviews and stuff. It's going to be really hard to destroy this gun because it is a very, very sexy looking gun. But I'm excited that we have this now and that we can actually try it out. Grip seems super nice. So I'm just sort of spitballing things now that I have it out of the box. Other than that, guys, the package that I would also like to say, the die seems like they're getting a little bit smaller on their packaging, which I like. So this fits a little bit nicer in the gear bag. It's not like super big, it's not like super fat. It seems very, very easy. Very easy to handle, so I do enjoy the case that it comes with. Just wanted to put that out there. Other than that, I'm excited to try it out. Some videos coming soon of it. Thanks for watching.